The Warrior Prophet, Chronicles of the Black Martyr, tells the story of a figure who challenges systemic oppression. This narrative highlights the collective fight for dignity and justice, resonating with many. Set against the backdrop of colonialism and imperialism, it reveals how indigenous populations endured assaults on their cultures and identities, their voices silenced by foreign domination. The Warrior Prophet emerged as a beacon of hope amidst the overwhelming chaos that surrounded him, embodying the spirit of defiance that was not only necessary but desperately needed during such dark and tumultuous times. In stark contrast to traditional religious leaders, who often preached a message of passivity and acceptance of suffering as a part of life, he ignited a powerful fire within the hearts of the oppressed. His fervent call to action urged them to rise up, to awaken from their slumber of despair, and to reclaim their inherent dignity and rights that had been unjustly stripped away from them. His message resonated deeply with those who had long been silenced and marginalized, serving as a profound empowerment that encouraged individuals to recognize their inherent worth. He instilled in them the understanding that they possessed an undeniable right to stand up and fight against the injustices they faced in their daily lives. This was not merely a call to arms. It was a rallying cry for self-affirmation and resilience, urging people to acknowledge their strength and potential to effect change. The life of the Warrior Prophet was intricately shaped by the very injustices he sought to dismantle and eradicate. Born into a world that was rife with inequality and systemic oppression, he experienced firsthand the struggles and hardships of his people. These experiences deeply influenced his perspective and mission, fueling his determination to challenge the status quo. He was not an outsider looking in. He was a part of the community he served, intimately familiar with their pain and aspirations. Moreover, he drew inspiration from the remarkable resilience of his ancestors, who had endured countless trials and tribulations throughout history. Their stories of survival and strength served as a guiding light for him, reinforcing his belief in the possibility of change. He was acutely aware of the harsh realities of systemic racism that permeated society, and this awareness only solidified his resolve to become a significant catalyst for change and transformation. In essence, the Warrior Prophet was not just a leader. He was a symbol of hope and resistance. His life and work were a testament to the power of collective action and the importance of standing firm against oppression. Through his unwavering commitment to justice and equality, he inspired countless individuals to join him in the fight for a better future, one where dignity and rights were not merely aspirations but lived realities for all. A pivotal moment in his life, a brutal act of violence against his community, catalyzed his transformation from observer to dedicated warrior for justice. This change was gradual, awakening him to the painful truths of his environment and leading him to embrace resistance and activism. His teachings redefined spirituality as a collective struggle for justice and equality. The Warrior Prophet emphasized that faith is a communal effort to combat oppression and advocate for rights. His passionate sermons resonated with marginalized individuals in society. These sermons were powerful calls to action for those on the fringes of social acceptance. Scholars like Talal Asad have worked to resurrect these texts, highlighting their significance in a world still facing inequality and injustice. His teachings encourage reflection on the link between spirituality and social justice, urging us to view faith as a force for collective action. The parallels with revolutionary figures, particularly Malcolm X, reveal shared commitments to justice and fierce advocacy for their people's rights. The warrior prophet's legacy is a powerful reminder of the ongoing struggle against oppression. His life and teachings inspire those challenging the status quo and fighting for equity, urging action in adversity. The story of the warrior prophet highlights resilience and the importance of opposing injustice. It calls us to recognize our roles in the relentless fight for dignity and justice, emphasizing that this struggle benefits future generations who will inherit the world we shape today. The journey of the warrior prophet is a powerful narrative that inspires deep reflection on our beliefs and actions. It urges us to actively pursue a just society instead of remaining passive. Unlike Martin Luther King Jr.'s philosophy of nonviolence and love, the warrior prophet's methods were confrontational. He boldly challenged the status quo, inspiring many to take decisive action. This approach was not a spontaneous tactic, but a necessary response to oppressive systems that aimed to silence and marginalize communities. The actions of the warrior prophet serve as a poignant reminder that, at times, when confronted with overwhelming and systemic injustice, a more assertive and forceful approach is not only warranted but may be necessary to bring about meaningful and transformative change. The warrior prophet possessed an exceptionally profound understanding of the intricate and multifaceted nature of systemic injustice. He was acutely aware that when faced with such pervasive and deeply entrenched inequities, a more aggressive and assertive form of resistance was not merely advantageous. It was, in fact, essential for the purpose of achieving meaningful and lasting change that could alter the course of history. Tragically, however, the warrior prophet's journey was abruptly and unexpectedly cut short, leading to a significant void that was profoundly felt among his followers and supporters. These individuals had looked to him for guidance, inspiration, and hope in their struggles against injustice. The circumstances that surrounded his martyrdom were steeped in a narrative that was filled with elements of violence and betrayal. These elements combined to create a powerful and compelling story that resonated deeply with many individuals who had experienced similar injustices in their own lives, fostering a sense of solidarity and shared purpose. His untimely death did not merely signify the end of his life. Rather, it became a rallying cry for those who sought justice and equity in a world rife with oppression. This transformation of his legacy turned him into a powerful symbol of resistance, embodying the struggle against injustice and inspiring countless others to continue the fight for a more just and equitable society. The warrior prophet's life and the circumstances of his death serve as a testament to the enduring power of hope and the relentless pursuit of justice, reminding us all of the importance of standing firm in the face of adversity and striving for a better future. This transformation galvanized marginalized communities to continue the fight for justice, drawing strength from his legacy. After his martyrdom, the impact of his life and death further solidified his legacy as a symbol of hope and resilience against oppression. However, the legacy of the warrior prophet is controversial. His life and teachings challenge traditional martyrdom narratives, often sanitized by institutions. This discourse highlights the multifaceted nature of his impact and diverse interpretations of his contributions to justice. While some religious institutions critique his methods as too radical, grassroots movements celebrate his confrontational approach. They recognize the necessity of direct action against systemic oppression for change. This highlights the challenge of honoring his legacy while navigating institutional power and seeking authentic representation. The warrior prophet's teachings resonate with movements like Black Lives Matter, inspiring activists to dismantle injustice. The intersection of spirituality and activism is crucial, as activists use his teachings to fuel their efforts. The fight for justice is both spiritual and political. As we confront complex historical narratives, we must reassess the truths we've learned. This involves acknowledging the stories of the oppressed voices, marginalized or silenced in mainstream discourse. It is our responsibility to uncover these suppressed histories and integrate them into our broader understanding of history. Education is crucial in promoting social justice. It empowers individuals with the knowledge and tools to challenge the status quo and advocate for change in their communities. Engaging with often overlooked narratives fosters a deeper understanding of oppression and the importance of resistance. This engagement enriches our perspective and strengthens our resolve against injustice. Let us embrace the spirit of the warrior prophet, whose commitment to justice reminds us of our vital role in the fight against oppression. Reflecting on his significance and lessons calls us to action, encouraging us to embody his spirit of defiance and strive for a just world for all, regardless of background. The legacy of the warrior prophet is not just a story of the past, it is a call to shape the future. We must continue his important work and honor the struggles of those before us, ensuring that the pursuit of justice remains a priority for future generations.